Welcome to your weekend focus for March the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th, 2015. My name is Tilly. Welcome to Tarot with Tilly. Now we start with the Judgment card. So it's all about, well, it could be rebirth, definitely. Wait till you see this card. Of course it could be rebirth. So it's a rebirth of, we have the Faith card and we have the Eight of Coins. Where do you doubt yourself? Where do you think you're not good enough, or you can't be the be-all of be-all? Where does society, whether or not it's a group of people or a single person, makes you think that you are less than you are actually capable of? Because that, I think, is the avenue where you need to look. It can be very much about the judgment of the people around you. And it could even be a false judgment. Okay? You could be playing the game so much of keeping up to the Joneses, you don't even realize that nobody is paying attention to what kind of car you drive or what kind of house you live in, what your landscape looks like, what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of coffee you drink, what kind of food is in your basket at the grocery store. So where do you put judgments and limitations on yourself? And is it because of somebody else, an influence, or is it your own influence? Is it the way you're perceiving what you need to look like, how you need to act, where you need to live? And it's great if you know those things, if it truly brings in balance. But if you are not getting the balance, if you're not getting the reward of feeling good about who you are and who you're becoming, then you need to look at those things this weekend. We have the Faith card right next to that, and I mean, this really brings in a source of wisdom, okay? And it's an inner wisdom. It's a strong inner wisdom. It could be praying and meditating, okay? Talking to God, your angels, your spirit guides, absolutely. It's definitely about not taking the shortcuts. So read the fine print this weekend. But I think more than that, I think if you take the energy that surrounds you and meditate and pray, or just sit back and think it through, why you do the things you do, why you put your money or your time or your energy into certain endeavors. Is it because it really gives you value, you personally? It brings you happiness, it brings you joy, or does it bring somebody else joy, happiness, or acceptance? And if other people are putting these limitations on you, then be a little leery on why they do that, because it's usually for their benefit. So understand what they take away from it, and understand what you take away from it, and understand if it should be a part of your path going forward. Now we have the Eight of Coins. Now the Eight of Coins says it's you that makes, it's your efforts that makes the difference. Now the Eight of Coins, you know, here we are, and we're pictured here, sitting here knowing that we do good. We do good work, but we're also reading up on something. So we're looking at ways of increasing our knowledge or growing our interests. So this might be a time when you're really looking at maybe a higher form of education, or just getting a little bit of research underneath your belt and learning some new things about a topic that's near and dear to your heart. It's understand where you can grow your learning and become stronger, and definitely stronger in your wisdom, stronger in your path. $39, take advice. Sometimes it takes another person to look in at our life and really give us a different viewpoint, a different vantage point, a different perception to why we do the things we do or what we do. We might not even realize that we do certain things until we talk to somebody else and they say, oh, you always do that. Every time this happens, you turn around and do this. So it brings an inner knowledge to why we do the things we do. So back to the judgment card. Understanding why we make certain judgments in our life on what we should do and where we should go and how we should act, what we should wear and what we should eat. And I think, if you really use this energy correctly this weekend, we see where, maybe we want a healthier lifestyle. So we educate ourselves a little bit more on the right foods to eat, the right vitamins to take in, the right exercises, the right habits to have in our life. And you could apply this in a million and one ways. If you're in a rut at work and you want to move forward, well then what kind of course or what avenue of education can you take today in order to increase your odds, increase your chances of stepping into that path tomorrow? And sometimes it takes somebody else to come in and give you that advice. Sometimes we're blinded by our perception and we can't see past it. Let's pick a Archangel Power card. Now these cards are my my cards to tell me if I'm giving the whole message, if I need to pay attention to a part of the message a little bit more, if I'm off course. So I don't like to lay it down. I like to do my reading and then tap into these cards. The Five of Ariel. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So maybe when we're judging ourselves, we're pulling ourselves into the negative. We're beating ourselves up. We're saying that if we were stronger, or if we were more loving, or if we were more compassionate, or if we were more driven, or if we had more energy, or if we had more time, or if we had more resources, or if we had more money, that's the reason why. And we pull ourselves down into the hole. And you know what? If you say you don't have enough money, you're right. And if you say you don't have enough energy, you're right. And if you say the world is out to get you, you're right. And if you say your world is filled with abundance, it becomes true. If you look yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself how beautiful and spectacular you are, it's true. You just have to realize it about yourself. Just have to see it for yourself and understand why you've been making certain judgments in your life. And yes, help is nearby. So, close family members, confidants, mentors, somebody you respect, somebody's opinion you respect. Get it this weekend. And be ready for whatever they say and take it to heart and understand how you can actually change your life in some way, however small, to reflect your inner beauty, your happiness going forward. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you. Did I show you this card at all? I started talking. So you do, I love it when you see things here that most people, or I didn't pull the attention to it. And you catch your eye on something. And it's a personal, it's like a cookie, right? Like if you get a video game, and if you know where something's hidden, it's kind of like this little hidden cookie, right? This little extra gift that you get within the game for knowing it. And so I think, you find your cookies within these readings. And you can tap into something that's meant just for you. So, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.